gonna tell me how to do the list?
Eat a burger.
Eat a burger.
Put it to rest.
Do it.
Now we know. Daddy's at the law firm until 8 hours, and Davey's watching XXX down in the fucking basement.
Get that out of my face. But you punch the burger?
I'm gonna throw it.
Did you go to therapy?
Yes.
Yeah, we changed it. We're back up. Come on.
You got a lot of Bobby Knight in you. You got a lot of Bobby Knight in you. We've seen him 2 places.
All right, Healthy Debate, Monday, March 18th. We have a bracket. We have made it. I think we've built this show basically the whole way. I think the first day we were getting college football calls. We were also getting college basketball calls, but we now have a bracket. So we're here. Speaking of brackets, brought to you by DraftKings. The thrill and excitement of March Mania is here in the DraftKings Sportsbook. One of America's top-rated sportsbooks. Apps is giving new customers a shot to turn $5 into $150 instantly in bonus bets with any college basketball bet. There's available lines, different upsets. You can take player props in certain areas. DraftKings is the spot to be. We've been firing away all weekend. I've few and far in between for winners for myself, but you can fire away and bounce it back into this week. So North Carolina listeners, don't forget DraftKings Sportsbook is now live in your state. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use code RICO. New customers can bet $5 to get $150 instantly in bonus bets only at DraftKings Sportsbook with code RICO. The crown is yours. Let me get this stream up. I just saw that. Perfect. All right, let's go with, I guess, the bad news off the weekend.
Yeah.
Dozed off for a small period of time. Definitely was nodding on the A train. Got some changes going on in the body, but regardless, you can't do it. It's been done before. It'll be done again, but you can't do it. You can't do it.
It's tough look.
It's tough. 12 minutes before that, I was saying, all I care about is college basketball. I don't want to vote. I don't want to do this. But there is that natural lull in the dinner lull. You know what I mean?
What did you have to eat? Was it maybe you had a full belly?
I had Cane's. Cane's is great.
Cane's is great. But it will give you the itis. And
Did you have Coke?
I was drinking a lot of sodas for sure.
Drinking, okay, yeah.
You should have had Nicky Smokes help you out.
I was drinking sodas for sure. The blanket was the tough visual.
Oh, dude.
And it's a comfy recliner. You got to sit in uncomfortable chairs.
I
got to sit in the uncomfortable
chair. If you went
chair.
what's the movie where I can't believe I'm forgetting about it. The dead guy, they
Weekend at Bernie's?
Weekend at Bernie's. You could have Weekend at Bernie's it with some glasses and no one would have known.
I think also, Bosco, the saying, keep your friends close, keep your enemies closer.
Right.
I think that you could have taken maybe some advice by a guy nicknamed Ron Jothstein.
Okay.
And
yes.
you could have tried sleeping in May.
We sleep in May, yeah. Again, it was a doze, but it's not good. It puts you in the hot seat now for this week. So, I don't know if those odds are available on DraftKings, but I'm putting 10% yes, 90% no, which is not good. Not a good spot to be.
Who slept more, you or Clemmer?
Clemmer, for sure. For sure. I was definitely dozing, but,
What was the feeling like when you saw the quote?
It was brutal. It was horrible.
Because I saw it live when you saw it. And maybe it was the email.
Yeah, it was horrible.
Both.
Yeah, it's brutal.
Tough.
The tough part is I've been doing a good job, not throwing bombs places. Now I'm throwing bombs on myself. This one I got nobody to blame. This one's on you.
Yeah,
so
you
it's
had the suicide vest on.
Yeah, man, it was tough. It was brutal. So, but like I said, we got the bracket. I imagine we got some calls. We got guys lined up.
Yep.
Yeah.
Gary's on a pitch count, by the way.
Well, yeah, I was.
Gary gets a 2-minute clock, and that he will stop it when I speak, but that's all he gets. He gets 2 minutes of speaking.
He didn't call in, but I was curious. How far do you have St. John's going?
I can't even really dance on their grave. The bubble, you talk about a freak.
I know.
Healthy debate. The bubble was absolutely bananas. So I don't even want to. It doesn't feel good because it wasn't fair. They deserve to be in. I caught a break for a month because I got lucky now with all of these bids and this craziness. They deserve to be in. They still deserve to be in. I don't want to watch Virginia play basketball. So put St. John's in that spot.
Do you think there's a conspiracy behind the Mountain West being on CBS and them getting 6
That's a good point. I didn't think of that. That's a good point.
That's a conspiracy floating around right
Yeah.
now. Also, really quick, before we dive into the callers, did you see any of this? someone on the committee talking about why Seton Hall, Providence, and St. John's didn't get in for each
No.
reasoning? I'll try to find it. What he said about Seton Hall, which is fucking crazy, is that the win against UConn, they didn't take that into full consideration because Klingon didn't play in the second half.
Jesus.
And the Fleming curse.
Yeah, and the Fleming curse. So what do you want to do? You want to do an impulse bracket right away?
You want me to get a caller? Or?
Yeah, give me a caller.
All right, let's get Manchita.
Oh, God.
Oh, they got.
Hey, what's up, boys?
I don't think you got.
Dude, thanks
Yeah,
for-
I don't think they got that close.
I'm disgusted, Rico. In what world does the Big East get 3 bids when the Mountain West gets 6?
So now you
They're
guys
making
hate.
a fucking mockery.
You guys hate St. John's, but you're now rooting for St. John's to get in because it helps the conference.
No, I don't hate St. John's. We never did. We're Patino guys over here.
Okay.
But, I'm actually rooting for UConn. I don't know if you saw Dan Hurley vouch for us, but that was really impressive. And
Yep.
they're making the NIL, the Big East tournament, 2.0. I mean, the PCBC is going to do our part. We're going to hold it down over here, but someone's got to win this and put the best college basketball country on the map. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, I
And
think
Down
it's-
East to make a statement.
It's UConn's to lose. Everybody keeps talking about this region of death with UConn. I'm not necessarily buying it. Iowa State has not been great offensively down the stretch, like really not good. Their defense is obviously holding it, but they're like in the 70s or 80s in terms of offensive efficiency since January and definitely since February 15th. I don't love that. Auburn is going to be a brutal tough test and that's a pace of play type game. You can check the DraftKings group chat. I've been putting in some tempo stuff with that. Auburn can play fast. UConn wants to play slow. They got a lot of athletes. Maybe Janai Broom stretches out Klingon. That's going to be a great one, but it's UConn's to lose. It's that region. It's, in terms of filling them out, it's UConn for sure out of that region. I don't love who's the 3. I don't love Illinois. I like Morehead State to win that game. San Diego State, I think they knew what they were doing, putting that as a rematch, but San Diego State going up to Boston, no thanks. It's UConn's to lose. And who's the 7? I think the 7 is out. I think Drake gets there. I think Iowa State is a great game. BYU can be a bit of a sleeper, but they're not playing defense down the stretch as well.
I think Duquesne's winning that one.
Yeah?
One loss since Valentine's Day. Keith Danbrout retiring to take care of his wife
Yeah.
with breast cancer.
That's a good
NCAA
story. It's a good story.
BYU streaky as fucking
They
hell.
are, but they can fucking shoot it,
Duquesne,
man.
a
And
great
where's the game? Out in Salt Lake? They could shoot
No.
it, dude.
Duquesne also great defensive team. I like Duquesne in that one.
Yeah, we'll see. But
We'll see.
We'll see.
Morehead?
We'll see.
You like Morehead?
I do.
Me
I
too.
do.
I do too.
I do. All right, so
please.
you're probably in agreement, Manchita. It's UConn's to lose, correct?
Yeah, I agree. And, I mean, this is a St. John's team, too, that got faded, that put up 90 against that team, that everyone's saying it's the tournament. It's the team that's going to win the tournament. I mean, it's ridiculous.
Yeah. Yeah, St. John's deserve to be in. Again, it's not me trolling. This one kind of seems unfair. It's almost like I said a guy wasn't going to hit 50 home runs and he got hurt. I don't feel good about this one. It's a cheap win. It's a cheap win. And if you've noticed, I've stopped, leaning into it and making fun of St. John's because they did get hosed. So
You did.
I did. But
You
again,
stopped taking a laugh.
but I'll say this. They thought year one they did not expect to be on the bubble. They were telling me Sweet 16, guaranteed, and this and that. So, again, pump the brakes a little bit with St. John's. You're going to have a big year next year now, and then we're a third of the way into Patino's whole stretch.
Yeah, you got 5 years left.
Yeah, exactly. You got 5 years left, exactly. So it's a 6-year plan.
Cheetah, I got one question for you. Are Big East people, Providence fans specifically, are you guys mad at the fact that Providence didn't get in, or that the Big East got the 3 teams on the bubble that they didn't get in?
I would say that we're more mad that not one of the 3 teams got in. Like, we would have been okay if they justified Seton Hall or St. John's in over us. But, I mean, obviously we thought we had 6 quad 1 wins and we were the best team out of the 3. But it doesn't matter. It's more about all Big East now.
Gotcha.
3
I saw some
bids
dialogue.
is out of hand.
Did you make it down here?
Yeah, I did.
We watched the game together.
Yeah?
We watched the game together.
Yeah,
He came into
dudes
the
with
office.
boots on the ground,
Really?
Providence. It was awesome.
Looney, I'm sorry, Manchita. He made it. He got me 6 seats. It was dope.
All right, sweet. Sweet. Yeah, I
All right,
like
boys,
those
thanks.
PCBC guys.
Yeah, the chat
All right.
was saying that PCBC showed out strong.
They did. Yeah, I like those guys. And then
Appreciate that,
somebody
Jesse.
was trying to say on Fantasy Space last night that Kim English was going to USC. It was 2:28 in the morning, so I was like, "Hey, buddy, it's St. Patty's Day. Maybe relax a little bit."
Cheetah,
That-
I got one
that's
thing.
insane.
I got one thing I want to run by. I heard this take at the Garden. Does Kim English feel like a substitute teacher at Providence?
No. Tim's building
they like
something
him.
different.
They
For
like
sure.
him. They like him.
But do you know what I mean by
Don't
a
even
Put out a
substitute teacher?
statement.
Don't even float that. They like him.
No, of course they do. But, like, there is that, like, is
Cool
he just
substitute teacher.
the
that's
cool
not here for a
substitute
long
teacher?
time?
Yeah, that's like, is he? If the Tennessee opens up, Mizzou, like
Yeah.
USC, will he just flee? Or do you think this is a guy that's going to be here for 10 years?
I think he made it clear he's an honest guy, and he straight up said, look, my goal is to get a championship here. He didn't talk about anything after that. The thing about Cooley, like, that's kind of what you're getting at there. He didn't deliver. He got to the Sweet 16 and left for a weaker program. So, I mean, we'd wish any guy well that left us giving us what he promised, like a LeBron James situation.
Yeah.
I don't know. If he gets it done and he leaves the program better off.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
all right.
I'm saying like Cleveland, LeBron
Yeah,
James. come
Cleveland.
back.
All right, got it. Perfect. All right, thanks, man, Cheetah. All right, let's go mainstream with this one real quick and then take the call. I've been a proponent of this for a while. The Nashville Police Department has a new fitness test that only the world's elite can pass.
That's a little tongue-in-cheek of a comment, but
So I actually
I'll pull
think
up
this.
the
All right, listen.
blog,
You
but-
can say, we'll get real for a second. You can say what you want about police. We're very pro-police here. Guy behind the glass, very pro-police for a certain reason. I also think you can agree that sometimes being a police officer is a
thankless job.
little bit, 100% a thankless job, but also a little bit of kind of like a, what are you going to do? Like, Kev, what are you going to do? Be like, well, I'll be a cop. It's kind of like a shoulder shrug. I'll be a cop. It's not necessarily the hardest in terms of physical of what they've done. You know what I mean? Like, it's some areas just need guys. You're also signing up to get shot. So, like, we do respect that.
But guys, like where you're from and where I'm from, Long Island, Staten Island, like you get a civil servant job, like that's
100%. Yeah,
you feel like you're
100%.
set,
And
you're
they're
like,
just and there's a lot of cops you see not in good shape. I think they should make the physical test very, very difficult, and then make the pay really well.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So like you're going to start at 150 grand or 175 grand, but you're going to be elite. You know what I mean?
Run marathons and
exactly. Yeah. So that's where you can do that. So I'm a proponent of this, but how is it tongue in cheek?
So this comes from a blog that Jack Mack wrote last month about a Chilean all-female SWAT team, and for International Women's Day, they tried to basically have them do a demonstration of like their physical prowess, and it basically just turned into them all falling into a pool of water trying to almost zip line over it. So I have that teed up right now. We'll kind of just show that part real quick. So this is the Chilean
Remember, if you fall in the ice bath,
female
you have to go
SWAT
back
team.
to the beginning of the
This
zip
video
line
continues
and
for
do
like
it
4
again.
minutes. They're all just
and currently
stuck here.
Chile.
they gotta bully their way over.
They're supposed to like hitch the zip
in
line
the middle
across.
of that ice
That's
bath.
hard. Oh shit.
Thankfully, the water will be a little bit warmer.
So they're letting
than it
people
was
kick them? Does that
early on
count?
this morning.
I don't know. None of them are able to cross. Like if you,
Regardless?
I'm gonna skip
Oh,
ahead
man.
a little bit. They just,
Three team members.
we want to see a fall.
Oh jeez.
So they just start dropping into the water one by one.
Oh,
And if you
Stop.
like, you keep going across the video, like no one gets through.
Yeah.
So then Big T wrote this blog highlighting the Nashville Police Department's new fitness test, and it's equally comical. So I'll run
This is the chain link fence climb. For this test, you're to run up to the fence, scale the fence, and continue running to the finish line. The test may
set
be
me up,
administered
dude.
twice with at least a 2-minute rest period between administrations.
I didn't make
Your
the
fastest
headline.
time will be used as your score. Solid wall climb.
Oh man. Are these
For
the
this test, you're to
scale?
run up to the wall.
No,
scale the
this is
wall,
like the
and
actual.
continue running
Yes,
to
this
the
is the
finish
real
line.
thing.
This
This
test
is
may
put
be
out by
administered twice
Nashville
with at
Police
least
Department.
2 minutes rest period between administrations. Your fastest time will be used as your
Fastest
score.
time,
99-yard
6 seconds?
agility run. This test simulates a short distance foot pursuit that could occur in a parking lot. This test requires you to make frequent changes of directions while running as fast as possible. You will have to step over several
This looks
obstacles
like
and
you
clear
guys at
a
the
small
combine.
obstacle
Yeah.
while continue
All right.
running.
I've seen enough.
All right, so
All right, so we got a little bit of fact check there, but we'll figure it out.
but basically, both blogs were kind of highlighting.
Yeah, like see people like, what do I do with my life? I'm gonna sign up, and their heart's not into it. So yeah,
It's not the most rigorous
Big T got
physical.
me. Big T got me. Point to Big T. I might be losing today. All right, Dukes, fire up a few.
Nikki C, Chicago.
Okay.
Bosco,
What's up?
how you doing?
Good.
Hey, I got it addressed. Yeah, I mean, you already addressed it, but you're telling me, and if you're listening right now, Dave Portnoy, this guy fucking moves the needle. Villanova game with the fat fuck. That great guy, Philly Mays, but whole stream made by Bosco. Next day with those little Florida Gator suits, Viva Lascelles, Jack McCarthy. Bosco makes the stream. Yeah, did he doze off for a couple seconds? Won't happen again. If he needs Adderall, I'm local this weekend. He needs anything else, I'm local. I got it for him. So, Portnoy, this is my PSA from the Riders. Get this guy to Chicago for the weekend.
Appreciate the words. I don't know if it's going to happen. We'll see. But, listen, Canes makes blanket.
No word?
Mike was unplugged. I think he was just elaborating on how good Cane's chicken fingers and fries are, and induces potentially a coma type of
No, Canes makes blankets
Right.
just as good as they make chicken fingers.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I heard the blanket.
So
But
that was
Bosco,
the issue.
I did hear on the stream, Big Cat goes, hey, Rico, Marty, Ed, we might need you in for the playing games. He did mention you, too.
Yeah, that's playing games. I think would be here.
That would
from what
also,
I'm hearing.
I mean, let's also call a spade a spade. I mean, 2 games in the playing games. You have to play your way into the tournament. Bosco might have to play his way into the stream.
might have to play the way.
That
into
might
the
be
stream.
your
That's
playing
a good
game.
point. Yeah, it's a good point.
Yeah, and then we got whoever's making the graphics today, Meek Phil on Healthy Debates, not helping him out.
No, I mean, that's the headline. Like, you got to address it. So the tough part is too.
all right.
Now I can't ask. Like,
What if you
gotta
do
wait
no?
to be
You can't
told.
sit for a stream. You just got to stand the whole time. Is that fair?
I mean, I think that you
Yeah,
and Plummer.
it's the tournament. Like I said, it was a little bit of a lull. Like,
Or I got an idea, Dave. During the Alabama-Utah State game, Rico's got to do something. Like maybe he's got to hear a play-by-play, can't watch it. I don't know.
Yeah,
All right,
I
now
don't know
if
if
he's helping
yeah, I
you.
don't know if you're helping that, but
I think you and Plummer should.
Well,
do a
you're
stream.
getting there.
What if they do
Yeah.
a Ray Charles stream? You got to watch. You got to be there, but eyes
Blindfolded.
blindfolded. You can only listen to the
Yeah, the
game.
bird box.
I would do that. Hopefully, maybe for the first slate. I can't not watch Alabama.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah, you can.
Kinda like
You have
that
16 other teams.
Yeah, I do. I got a
Yeah,
lot of
it's all
teams.
about getting to Chicago,
Gaining
Bosco.
teams.
You shine in these moments.
Yeah, I know. I
shine
need
in
to.
these
I
moments.
appreciate it.
You and Plummer should do a
All
stream.
right,
first
Saturday
one.
I'll
night
let
we
you go, but just
Saturday night we shut the place down. You know what I mean? I went wire to wire Saturday.
oh yeah.
So.
Hey, Bosco, I'm telling you, you moved the needle.
Thank you. Appreciate it. So we'll see. I can't
All right,
ask.
well,
I'm just
I'll be praying for you.
waiting
I'll
to-
be praying for you.
Yeah, I'm waiting to be told. We'll see what happens.
You and Plummer, solitary confinement. First person to sleep loses.
That's a good solitary confinement stream because you're just gonna be both like absolutely out of your mind after 20 hours.
Yeah.
Who loses first?
I wonder if you could play dirty too. If I could have given him NyQuil in his drink, like when he looks away, like can you play dirty? So
You guys should act. That would be such a funny thing.
we'll see. But yeah. All right, fire one up. I'm gonna give you the East right now.
Okay.
UConn
Can you
over
see,
Stetson.
Can you see in the program monitor? You can see.
I can see it.
Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
UConn over Stetson. All right, so then I'll fill it out as well. I'll do it quick.
Just say while you're going.
All right, you know what? I'm going with FAU. I think the whole world is going to pick FAU. Their defense has been down, but something about Golden, that big guy, I want to see him versus Klingon. I want to see the rematch. Or I want to see 2 Final Four teams. And you got, obviously, the third Final Four in there as well. I like Andy Kennedy. I think San Diego State pulls it out. That league is too good. I think they get there. It's Auburn. It's chalk right off the bat. You can go UConn over FAU in the second round. And you can go Auburn in the second round over San Diego State. I think we get that. I'm going with BYU. I'm going with Moorhead.
Whoa.
Riley Minix is good. Illinois, they want to turn the ball over. Or Moorhead struggles turning the ball over. Illinois is not going to do that. I think they're going to play slow. We're going with Moorhead. We're going with another upset in Drake. Bad rapper, good basketball team. Iowa State down at the bottom. I'm going to take Iowa State as well. And I'm going to take BYU over Moorhead. As streaky as they are, I'm going to take BYU into Iowa State, and I'm going to take UConn over BYU into the Elite Eight. So we're going with UConn.
I saw
Chalk
this.
through.
I'd have to look at the exact tempos, Bosco, but just a quick little tweet I saw. Bracket tip: when one team's style is go, 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 and the other's is slow, 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 the slow, slow, slow team wins over 80% of the time in the round of 64.
That's Moorhead State.
Pick these. St. Mary's over Grand Canyon.
Right.
Moorhead over Illinois.
Yep.
Texas A&M over Nebraska.
Okay.
Yale over Auburn.
Yeah, I did see that. And Pearl seems like he's been in some fights in first rounds. I think Yale – did he have Yale a couple years ago against Auburn? Didn't he have a crazy game in the first round? Or was that Baylor Yale? I don't know. Either way.
I like Yale.
Auburn almost seems like too good to be true. So maybe you do fade that and go that way. But we'll see. All right, if anybody's got a problem with the East, we're going to fill out the brackets as we go, the next couple of callers, and we'll have something to go off of.
Great.
Let's get that Boise video up, too, right around halftime as well. Because I'll be honest, I haven't seen the reaction yet. So I want to jump into that. Throw me a call.
Now?
Yeah, call.
Yeah, we're loaded up.
Gary.
All right, perfect. So, all right.
Gary.
All right, Gary. So pull up the 2-minute clock, Jason.
I know you're trying to put me on the pitch.
No, I'm just
don't
hold on. You just have you have to condense it, so you have to figure out what's going on. I can extend you time. It's like Papa Shot. I could say hold it if you're going off on it if you're doing well. But go ahead. It's been all year of this battle. I was essentially right.
All right.
But go ahead.
I never want to hear about the net fucking ranking Ken Pom on this show ever fucking again. 32nd in the net. I have Nebraska, Nevada, Clemson, FAU, TCU, Wazoo, A&M, South Carolina, Northwestern. Ken Pom 25th in the country. Adjusted offense 20th. Ahead of Marquette, UNC, Tennessee, St. Mary's, to name a few. Adjusted defense 56th. Ahead of Illinois, Bama, Baylor, Kentucky, to name a few. Then they want to say, oh, the guy in the committee, St. John's didn't do enough quad 1 wins. They were 4-10 in quad 1. Michigan State, Virginia, FAU had 7 quad 1 wins combined. Michigan State only had 3 quad wins. They're on the fucking 8 line. Can we make up our mind what the fucking deal is for this fucking tournament? We have no idea. Patino said it. We just want to know where the goalposts are. We don't know. He already called the net fraudulent, so we're never talking about that again. I don't know where to turn at this point.
All right, Jason, you can pause him. He gets a little bit of time. It does seem like it's the Emperor's new clothes. Like something every couple of years, it was whether it's Ken Pom, now it's the net, then it used to be the RPI. It does seem like they move the needle back and forth on you, and you got screwed. I don't really even feel good about this one. The question I would have to you, and Jason, you can run the clock, is what do you grade this year now that it's officially hasn't made the tournament?
I mean, I give it a B+. At the end of the day, there was a very rough stretch where it looked very bleak, but Patino rallied the troops. They finished strong. They fucking put up 90 on UConn, which hasn't been done in 2 years. And, you got Zachy the Rat's newspaper putting us on the back page saying we punched our ticket after we beat Hall. So that didn't help either because I thought UConn game was gravy. So, I originally was going to give this season an A. First year, and he did this. But now that we're not even in, you look back on it, hard to give it an A, but, it's not our fault. We did everything we could, except, maybe we should have won one of those games with the buzzer against Creighton or Marquette. It's just, Michigan State, 14 losses, solidly in with a 9 seed. Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
UVA lost by 24
I don't want to watch
to Wisconsin,
Virginia.
lost by 23 to Memphis.
I agree. I don't want to watch
lost
Virginia.
By 22 to
I don't
Notre
want to watch
Dame.
Virginia.
Lost by 34 to Virginia Tech. Lost by 25 to Duke.
That's the
and
one thing
team's
we
in
can
the
agree
fucking
on.
tournament.
5. That's a good one, Gary. It's a good way to go out. I think we can agree. We don't want to watch Virginia.
Last thing I want to say, 2 skells. I want the riders after these people. Barry Collier, AD Butler, you're on the committee. You're not going to get more than 3 fucking Big East teams in the league. Get the fuck out of here.
Okay.
Val Ackerman, commissioner of the Big East. What are you doing? Say it. Make a statement.
Yeah.
Fucking, you think Dave Gavin would stand for this? Dave Gavin's rolling over in his grave right now. Mike Tranghese, when they were commissioners, they would never let this shit fly.
Yeah.
What are you doing? Speak up.
Yeah, it's tough, man. It's a tough spot. The Big East is not my Big East. 3 teams in the Big East, not my Big East. Highly seeded, though. That's what we said. We said that the Big East was top-heavy, and the rest of it was kind of eh. So if you look, Creighton's at 3, Marquette's at 2, UConn's at 1, and the rest of it is eh.
Losing by 16 to Michigan in the beginning of the year.
That hurt.
Home.
Yeah, that hurt. That was the start of the parade. So we'll see. He said a B+. I do give Patino. Now you got it, Gary. You're welcome back tomorrow. But you made great points. I want you to go out on top.
2-minute timer.
Well, I just want to say one last thing, though.
Yeah,
I want to say one last thing.
No,
He's got it. He's got it.
We gotta cut.
No, he wore me down. He wore me down. He's got it.
Yeah,
go ahead.
He's gone.
No, I said he wore me down.
Oh shit. Okay.
I would have gave it to you,
I
Gary.
killed the volume. I didn't kill the
I would have
call.
gave it to you.
Gary, you still there?
And you beat us head to head.
Wait, what'd you say, Gary?
Right. I said, Dukes, eyeballs, I know Dayton's a tournament team. They belong in the tournament. But they didn't beat a single team in this field.
That's wrong. We beat Oakland, we beat Duquesne twice, and we beat...
That doesn't count.
And
that
we beat
doesn't
Longwood.
count.
I mean, you just said we didn't beat teams in the field, and I just named 3.
aside from the automatic
to be fair, like
qualifiers.
just because we like play teams in like that are on the bubble, it's not like we should be hurt by that. Like we played Cincy in Cincy,
Right.
who was like people were debating them being in the tournament or not in the tournament like all year long. We beat you guys. So any St. John's fan that's like, fuck you, Dayton. You guys didn't win the A10.
No,
you guys
no,
are trash. Like,
Dayton-
you had a chance to beat us straight up.
Dayton
and you
deserves
didn't.
to be
So
in.
If your
Yeah.
argument
Of
is
course.
that
You
you're
guys are
a
going in
team.
the weeds. You're going in the weeds.
Yeah, Q1.
I would say
also Q1. I want to say one thing that Big East. I love the Big East. I thought St. John's got robbed. I thought
teams.
but Q1 wins count as Q1 wins.
Right.
You can't just be like, well, this Q1 win was top 10. Like all of them count the same.
Right. They're all the same. Makes sense.
But Michigan State only has 3.
But the Q1 wins are problematic too, because Big Cat was saying even Wisconsin losing to Michigan wasn't a quad 4 loss or a quad.
It's not. It's quad 3.
It's quad 3 because it's on the road or something like
Yeah.
that. So it's a little.
I
hairy,
just never
but
want to talk about.
I
the
think
net
you're
ever
accurate.
Again. Next year, the Johnnies
Yeah.
are going all the way.
All right.
Patino's now mad. You
I
sent
got ya.
Patino off. The transfer portal's going to go
I
nuts.
got you. All right.
I'll talk to you in November.
I got
Rico.
you. I know.
that is fun.
He could call in about the Mets. I feel like Gary from Queens and the Mets would be good. But I think he's accurate with a B+ because I think Patino did that thing where he rallied, but he didn't. He did all he could to get him in the tournament, and he got there. But it ultimately he didn't get in, and that's what they really wanted. So yeah, I'd say a B+ type year for the Johnnies. Dukes, give me the next one.
Yanni, New York.
Yo, what's going on?
What's up?
All right, so I know we're going through the bracket. I don't want to spoil or anything like that. It's been a little bit since I last gambled on March Madness. I took a pick. One of my really good friends said take Gonzaga a couple years ago. Ended up losing the house because of it. I'm sure you don't know him.
Well, we always gamble responsibly. In that championship game, I was asked which way do you want to pick. I picked Gonzaga. Like, there's only 2 sides to that. Probably should have taken Baylor because those 2 teams were neck and neck all year, and there shouldn't have been a 5-point spread. But you win some, you lose some.
Listen, I said he's my friend. I love to ride. I live to ride.
Okay.
I need a lean, though. So for me, it feels like a UNC type of year again.
I don't know. It feels like a UConn type year, but I don't hate UNC out of there. I mean, if you
UConn, let me hear it.
I don't think St. Mary's has the bigs to match up with UNC. I don't know if Bama has the bigs to match up with UNC. Baycott is going to give a guy like that problems.
Bama's getting bounced early, unfortunately.
Being a Bama realist, like they struggle against the big. The answer to our prayers is Bediako, who got hurt and left. So, that's where it is. Diabate has not stepped up like that. Stevenson has not stepped up like that. So that's what you needed. Pringle's not big enough. So that's where the problems are with Alabama. You go down the line, Baylor, a lot of problems like up and down defensively. Don't really love Baylor. Got their asses kicked by Iowa State the other night. And Arizona, I wonder if that conference is so weak they don't want to get into a fist fight. So, yeah, I think Carolina's got a nice little region out there.
Arizona does live to
inexperienced coach. Yeah, inexperienced coach, but a great Carolina guard in R.J. Davis. Reminds me of like Ed Cota. He seems like he's been there forever. The only thing is, his jersey's not selling like Ed Cota's was back in the day, but you couldn't put Cota's name on it. But everybody had that Carolina 5 jersey. And then Baycott's a beast. He's a 6th-year guy. I wonder if he has another year. Like, he felt like he was done, Dukes, when we saw him in fucking New Orleans. I thought it was
He's
over.
been there for 10 minimum.
Yeah,
I'm not sure
crazy,
about that.
Crazy. Good kid, good player. But, yeah, I like Carolina's bracket.
I see
don't know if
Auburn bouncing UConn in that top
I think
in
you
that top
talked me
left
into.
field.
Yeah, I think you talked me into Carolina. Maybe it's like a little bit of a happiness hedge, but it's like in this bracket, I like kind of have to pick Alabama.
I agree
because I can't have that on a graphic that I picked UNC. But if you're asking me who's going to win it,
you got to sit. You got to ride.
Yeah. So
you want to hear?
It would be.
Yeah, let's go through it right now.
Mississippi State, they don't want to. Michigan State, they don't want to play. I don't think. And I'm not like a Michigan State guy.
No, they're getting sent home.
I don't know. Jan's in that. I feel like Jan's with that bad loss. I'm going to take Mississippi State.
I do think that the Michigan State bigs can match up with Baycott.
I'm taking Mississippi State in that first game.
I am as well.
I picked St. Mary's to win the national title, but I'm going to take – just because I've been on this team all year and I think Foster can really give problems and they got big –
The national title.
I picked them early in the year. Me and Dukes talked each other into it. Yeah, it's like 40-1. It's gone money. It's not happening. It's not happening. I'm going to take GCU.
Maybe we get a cash out.
I'm going to take GCU in the first one because you need an upset in that region. I'm going to take Bama. I know everybody's saying Charleston. I think that would be a bad loss for Alabama. I like Kelsey. They got a great team, but the guards are too fast for those guys at Charleston. I'm going to take New Mexico. I'm going to take Baylor. I'm going to take Dayton, even though Nevada's efficiencies are lights out, and you guys have been playing at 219 for February. That's a friend thing right there because I want to pick Nevada.
Pick them.
That's a friend thing.
No, please pick them.
Yeah?
Yeah, pick them.
Riders ride.
Riders ride. UNC over Mississippi
Wait, he's
State.
switching Dayton or Nevada?
He wants Nevada.
No,
take
we
Nevada.
want
take
Dayton.
Nevada.
We want
please
Dayton.
take Nevada.
Dayton send the gear. We want Dayton. UNC. We're going to take Bama. We're going to take New Mexico. We're going to take Zona, Bama in a rematch. Bama gets the best of them, even out west. So we got UConn.
You're
Bama.
bugging.
You got UConn, Bama. And then I can happiness edge from there. I got to fill it out authentically. We're going to put UConn in that side of the bracket for the championship game. You can.
I don't know how authentic it could be with Bama that deep. You said you're a Bama realist, Rico. This isn't that real.
I can't have a bracket where it's I'm going against
But
Alabama.
don't call yourself a Bama realist.
I am. I can't.
This isn't real.
I can't
This
go
is
against
wishful
them.
thinking here.
Yeah, fair
Bosco,
enough.
just check my work, make sure I have it.
You got it.
Okay.
You got it. I was following through as you go. Dukes, give me another one. That was a good call.
All right,
so we got half the bracket done. UConn in the championship game. I think that's a pretty safe assumption.
Peyton.
Hell debate, Rico. Oklahoma got fucking rammed, dude. I mean, we had 0 quad 1, or quad 2, quad 3, quad 4 losses. We're higher than net, higher in the Kim Pump, and higher in the basketball power index than Virginia.
Yeah, you're saying St. John's?
No, Oklahoma Sooners.
Oh, you guys, I like Porter. You didn't play great down the stretch, man. That's a league where you can go get a lot of wins. Oklahoma didn't go get those wins. They were ranked early in the year. Like, you've just got to maintain the water. You got to go wherever from you're ranked on. You got to go like 500 the rest of the way, and I don't think they did that.
Yeah, no, I we just had 20 wins in the hardest conference to play in, and we went 2-8 down the stretch, like you said, but we were banged up. I mean, I thought the committee kind of weighed that into their decision as well. But I mean, we were higher, like I said, the net they fucking created. We are higher than by 8 spots in Virginia.
Yeah, I think it's a better league, obviously, than Virginia. I don't think Virginia should have been. We all agree with that. I also just don't want to watch them. But Oklahoma, again, a little bit like me, self-inflicted. They had the opportunity to win some games and they couldn't get it done. So, tough one for Oklahoma.
I agree.
Tough one.
I agree. Do we think we need to get rid of Porter?
No, I don't think so. He turned down. Yeah, I mean, he flirted with. I don't want to say flirted with DePaul, but he definitely turned down DePaul or didn't pursue DePaul. I think he wants to be there. That's a big league. They're going to the SEC. That's a fun league of coaches. Really fun league of coaches. I think it's a little bit easy. The SEC is tough, but it's a little bit easier than the Big 12 with that brand of basketball. So he's in a good spot. Dukes,
we just play like no one in the SEC.
Yeah, Dukes, let's go through the next ones just because I know there's guys lined up. And
we got 2 more.
Yeah, all right.
Can I just call out something to you really quick?
Sure.
I just wanted to say this when you talk about the Dayton-Nevada game, just so you know comfortably, Dayton's never lost a back-to-back this year.
Okay. I like that.
Fitz, Cincy? Or you want to do the bracket first?
Yeah, let's do it quick. Houston, because it is like an impulse. It's going to change 15 different times. Also, I put the bracket on, priority. People are like, oh, you lost 3 of your final 4 in the first weekend. It's like, yeah, I'm betting. I got this. I got that. The bracket is way down the list. Nebraska. Nebraska's going to make history. I'm also never picking against Will Compton. I should just troll him and put Nebraska all the way through. But Nebraska makes history and never won an NCAA tournament game, Jet Ski.
Really?
Yeah, this one is going to this is a tough one for friendship.
That
Wisconsin.
Asian kid got a
Tom Meninga is a beast. We're going to go JMU. I feel like everyone fell in love with because they beat Arkansas State. Friendship bet, we're going to go with Whiskey. But I think it settles in 7 overtimes. My friends, everyone gets to see a good game. Duke beats Vermont. I think at the buzzer, Vermont gets stuck. They have a last-second shot, and the ball gets stuck in a wedgie. So you can figure that one out. Duke wins on a buzzer beater, so to speak. We're going to go with Texas Tech, who's been playing really well kind of the whole year. We're going to go with Kentucky, pretty chalk all the way through here. Florida, Marquette. Marquette. Oh, you know what? Florida. Man, they're streaky as shit, but I don't know if Kolik's 100%. I like him. I think he's a dog, but I'm going to take Florida. Shaka's struggles also worry me. Florida, Kentucky in a classic in that. Duke.
What's your name?
Because I like that draw. Houston. Kentucky. Houston. I said these three were ahead. I don't think I'm picking Purdue. Actually, I know who I'm going to pick. I'm not going to pick Purdue. But Houston and UConn, basically, you know what? Give me that. Give me Houston into the championship game. I'm going chalk as it can be. But you could put whoever they're playing, they could put them in the chalk championship game. Dukes, give me a buzz.
Fitz, Cincy.
Yo, Rico, you got me, boss?
What's going on?
All right. I just got kind of a question related to Yanni from New York. Like, what would you say, because, there's 64 teams, obviously, and you look at the chances at, like, teamrankings.com or something, and, like, a team's chance to make the Sweet 16 is 49%, but then it drops down to, like, make the Final Four at 11% and stuff. So how, like, accurate do you think these are? And, like, what sort of teams do you think would be able to, like, kind of sway these in the other direction? Like, for example, Alabama has, like, a 5% chance to make the Final Four. So why are you putting them all the way that deep?
I think those guys are a lot smarter than me. I also think that we don't so early. You'll see that on team rankings or all these sites, and or 538 way back in the day. It's like, oh, they only got a 5% chance, but then they do make the Final Four and nobody says anything. You know what I mean? So like the math guys, they know what they're doing, but this tournament's going to play out a million different ways. If you told me you had the Final Four last year, I would have given you $1 million. Like there's no way anybody had San Diego State, NFAU. Nobody had San Diego State in that championship game. Nobody had Miami. Like nobody had that whole thing blowing up. So
right. Yeah. So I guess my question would be like, so I'm looking at Alabama's right here. Like, what would they have to do besides play fucking defense for me to not bet against them every game and make some money? Because if I have to bet against them every game and I lose every game, that's well worth it because they play like shit the last 2 weeks.
And I feel like they'll still be respected on the line. You're going to get them I could see them being a 2-point dog against UNC and just bake it, and they can't stop anybody, and R.J. Davis is hitting the threes. The thing I would say is the ACC is weak. I feel like Bama's been tested nationally across the board more than UNC. UNC played a really good schedule as well, but Bama's been tested across the board and gets tested night in and night out in that league. And I worry about the ACC. But, yeah, I get what you're saying. They don't play a lot of defense. Same with Kentucky, though. No one's saying anything about Kentucky. No one's saying anything about Illinois. They have just as bad of a defense over the same period of time. You know what I mean? So.
Yeah, and I'm seeing someone say that it's predictive models and stuff in the chat. It just blows my mind that some of these teams, like even Alabama, can be like 5% to make the Final Four when you look at their odds on. That's what I'm trying to say is like the odds on FanDuel or Sportsbook or DraftKings compared to like actual like percentage is just really weird to me. That's a better way to put it.
Right. No, I get it.
Yeah.
I totally get it.
Yeah.
Dude.
Yeah,
you know what?
sure.
Actually, hold on. Jessica's got a few of these.
Have a good one, Rico.
All right, perfect.
Keep your head out, Doc. I'm
All
riding
right.
for life, man.
Thank you. Athletes can fuck again. The intimacy ban has been lifted for the 2024 Olympics. They did that again. Why? Because of the COVID?
No, I think it was before that, actually. I think there was just too much fucking going on.
Oh, really?
Maybe it was...
Yeah, but that's where the fucking should be.
Yeah, and you think about, like, these people are so... like teed up, like full testosterone women, estrogen, whatever, because they're performing. They gotta let.
Then how about this? If a Swedish girl and a Russian guy or a Jamaican guy and a U.S. girl end up having kids down the road, all those Olympians, there should be a draft.
Yeah,
they get to pick because they're both. Yeah, they get to pick. So like Russia can claim them and U.S. can claim them, Jamaica can claim them, Philippines can claim them, like whatever. You know what I mean? Like. There should be a draft of those because it's truly 50-50. They were Olympic qualified for this one. This one was Olympic qualified here. 50-50.
Historically, they say the Olympic Village is got it popping.
I mean, but think about it. You got people in beach volleyball walking around, swimmers walking around, fucking Dwight Howard, New Jack City. Fucking, I walked past Dwight Howard in the hallway.
The problem there.
I walked past him in a hallway. He's fucking this wide and his waist goes down to like the size of his fucking phone. It's crazy. So, Dukes, give me the next one.
Church.
What's up, Rico?
What's up?
Hey man, you on the you gonna be on the stream, or is Dave still got you off?
I don't know. As of right now, no. We'll see. I think there's some behind-the-scenes stuff. I maybe have to reach out soon, which always gives me anxiety to make those phone calls or send those texts. So we'll
Don't
see.
be scared of him, man. You don't be scared of him. You're not replaceable, Rico. So just be confident. Hey, but seriously, okay, a couple things.
I think I might be.
What do you think about NC State's chances?
I don't love them. I think Texas Tech in that league, I looked at some of their efficiencies. They've been playing really well, and they've been playing consistent in the course of the year. I think Texas Tech is pretty solid. Now, there could be very much of a case where if NC State defends that three-point line, Texas Tech is horrible. I think like 28% from three. Absolutely awful from three. But I like Texas Tech. I know you're an NC State guy.
It has a lot to do with which DJ Burns shows up.
Agreed. You also, the minute you get him a guy like that in foul trouble, or make him run.
Absolutely.
I don't know if Texas Tech's going to try and get out and run, but like he can't play against Grand Canyon. He can't play against in Illinois. He can't play in that up and down track meet because he's just a liability that way. So he'll get gassed real quick.
I agree with you on that. Last question: where do you stand? Where do you stand on Mississippi State?
I think they can win the first round game. I'm kind of getting tired of Izzo and all of the Izzo march. And like, what does it really do? He was ranked in the top 5. He wins the first round game this year. We're gonna give him a parade. Like, I'm kind of done with Izzo. Get to the national prowess again. Make a run at a championship game, or just get the hell out of the tournament.
Mississippi State. I'm sorry, I may have said Michigan State, but I meant Mississippi State.
Well, they play each other, so I'm going with Mississippi State.
I got you.
Because I think Jans is an absolute animal defensively.
Are you pulling for Mississippi State?
Weirdly, kind of, just because I'm getting tired of Izzo.
Do you know Brandon was the main person that didn't want you back at Barstool after the chat stuff?
I don't know how you're connected with that, but whatever you say. I've learned to forgive and forget. Does that make sense?
You don't remember Church and Brandon? Brandon hates me.
Not really. I've been kind of focusing on myself.
Oh, that's a good thing to do. Hey, last tip, though, and I'm going to jump off here. If you're sleepy on the stream, man, wear some sunglasses.
Yeah, that might have been worse, though. I would have looked like Weekend at Bernie's.
Nah, you'll be all right. Peace out, Rico.
All right, fantastic. I think it's good to have church on the good side. I'll just say that. All right, let's go last bracket.
Okay.
Oof.
Joe point. Oh, shit. My bad.
We'll go with Purdue. As much as I don't want to, we're going to go with Purdue. It's a hell of a matchup. I think TCU wins this, but I'm taking Utah State, and Sprinkle gets the win. And then in his, in one of his last games at Utah State is what everyone's kind of imagining. McNeese State is the massive, massive upset pick here. Everyone loves that. I like Gonzaga. I think Graham Ike, they keep saying, who's the guy who could take over? I'm going with Graham Ike. This guy is an animal. Loved him at Wyoming. It's so hard to pick against Kansas. They've been so good to me in the tournament. But their offense has been anemic down the stretch here. I'm actually going to go with Samford. Buckyball. They shoot a lot of threes. They got a guy, a core, who's fucking really good. Oregon. I hate South Carolina. They've been on my fade list for months. I can't wait till that bracket came out. Give me Dana in one of his. Give me a rematch. Dana in the Dana Bowl. Dana against Creighton, where he used to coach. We're going to take, you know what? Did we pick a 10 over a 7? Yeah, we picked Drake. Just because it's stupid, give me Virginia.
Where do you see Virginia?
Well, they'd be the 10.
Oh, I didn't
Give me Virginia. They're not winning, but give me Virginia. Tennessee, you could ride Tennessee through into that second round. You can ride Creighton into that second round. Man, that's a classic. You can go Gonzaga. You can go Purdue. Although I'll say this, great Osibor is going to give Edie some problems, but you can go Purdue. We're going to go Gonzaga into that Elite Eight. Do I want?
Why can't I? Oh, here, my bad.
Gonzaga. Tennessee's good, but I can't pick Barnes. We're going to go Gonzaga, Creighton. And we're going to go with Creighton into the Final Four. And it's Houston, UConn, and I'm going to go with UConn. With a final of 71-65. 71-65 UConn. That's where we're at.
He's just positioning the.
That's fine.
Real quick.
Bracket signed, sealed, and delivered. Dukes, you can fire one up as you go.
Joe, Point Pleasant.
Rico.
What's up?
You taking the spare bedroom or what?
Yeah, trying to, man. Trying to.
So usually every year, like I don't know college that well, but I know enough, and I usually submit one for myself, and I make my grandmother do one.
Okay.
She's like 89 years old. She's like 89 years old, and it's usually pretty bad, as, grandma starts to go. But
she's probably picking at 89%. That's usually how grandmas pick.
Yeah. So usually they're not too good, but this year she has the Final Four is UConn, Florida, Baylor, and Tennessee.
Not bad. I don't hate it.
Not bad, right?
It's not bad. Yeah, it's not bad.
I think this is the closest it's ever been. To be honest.
Throw it on a line, as they say on Staten Island. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Throw it on a line. All
Also, I
four
wanted to
winners.
ask you, I know you're a Saved by the Bell guy. Have you ever seen the show Hang Time?
Yeah, that's where I got the name.
No. Oh, really?
Yeah, that's where the guy. It's James Villani, Rico Bosco. He's a Staten Island resident. That's where I got the name.
No way. I didn't know that.
Met him
Holy
when I was
shit,
like
that's
9
awesome.
years old. Yep. Met him at the Peters
Oh,
Peters Curtis game. Apparently he's a
That's
good guy. He's a
hilarious.
good guy. Met him once or twice since I've been out and like in this fame. And he's an interesting cat, but he's a good guy.
And I never knew the coach was Dick Butkus either.
Yeah, it was Reggie Theus before that.
Oh, really?
Yep, Reggie Theus was an NBA player, and then they went to Dick Butkus.
Prior to you calling into the original
hilarious.
show with Dave and Dan, did you use Rico?
I
Bosco for
used the
anything else?
old Twitter handle, Triangle and 2, 100 years ago.
But you never used Rico for anything else until then?
Not really. Then I decided, like, you were looking at the characters, like, all right, you need a name, so you're going to go with that. So.
I thought that was like a Sopranos thing or something. I didn't know it was Hang Time.
Hang Time, man. Hang Time.
Jesus Christ. Anthony Anderson.
Yep. It was
Jesus
on a
Christ.
it was filmed
All
in a
right,
room
good
this
talk.
big. Yeah, Dukes, empty him out.
These guys just called in. 1 sec.
That's fine.
What's your name? Where you from? You're on the air.
All right. Rico.
What's up?
What do you think about the Lobos? I think they're going to make it far this year.
The who?
New Mexico.
Yeah, I do. I like the Lobos.
I mean, I think I've been watching a lot of New Mexico basketball this year, and I think they can make the Final Four. I really do.
Yeah, I don't like Clemson. I think Baylor's streaky. We like New Mexico a lot.
I think that as a Dayton fan on that side of the bracket, I also think that a high seed can make the Final Four.
Plus, I'm very anti-Zona, so if they can knock out Zona, that would be even more a bonus points.
I don't think Zona's good either. I think they're a very overrated team.
Yeah.
I think their pace is going to catch up to them.
It also helps the regional if they're out there. They're already out west with New Mexico. So I think New Mexico is more like southwest, but I'll take whatever. I'll take whatever I can get. I like New Mexico. I know Liam Blutman's a sharp. Liam Blutman's a sharp too, and he likes New Mexico as well. So I either jinxed it or the two of us are going to ride together. But I like New Mexico a lot.
Love that. And then also, who's your pick to win it all this year?
UConn. I'm going to go very, very chalk. I'm going to go with UConn. You shouldn't
Yeah,
pick the one overall. Something about the repeat. Can you imagine him next year? I think UConn should play Duke in a game next year in the middle of the season. The flag gets a little bit of pressure. Like you watch UConn coming off of 2 titles. He is at Duke. Maybe Duke's undefeated. They're the number 1 team. UConn takes him down. You get like a Final Four rematch. Hurley having 2 titles in his pocket would be, if you think he's cocky now or confident now and walking that line, wait till he's got 2 trophies in his bag. So I think the storyline, it's been a long time. We're due for it. And it's been a while since a champion has like really had a chance to repeat. So I think this would be a good storyline. And I think UConn's got the guys to do it.
I love Hurley. I think I love him.
Yeah. The only thing I worry about is Cam Spencer going like super cold like Corey Kispert in that 2021 run of the tournament. That really hurt them. He couldn't hit anything. So you need your shooters to make shots as you're moving along.
Yep. Well, good talking to you, Rico. Thank
Appreciate
you.
it.
I hope to see you on the stream. I hope to see you on the stream this week.
Appreciate it. Dukes, empty him out.
Amen.
Nick Canada.
Rico, long time no talk. How you doing?
What's up, buddy?
Hey, just three quick hitters here. First thing, a couple of weeks ago, you were talking about original songs from movies and stuff.
Okay.
And I caught it. One of the ones you missed, Adam Sandler and the Wedding Singer.
Oh. Grow Old With You is an
really
all-timer.
freaking good.
All-timer.
Yeah. So I got
does he
one
have one
March
in
Madness.
Billy Madison that we can count as well?
I don't know.
Oh, I don't remember.
Back to School?
Back to School.
Kinda.
I feel like we're thinking more like full
no.
ensemble songs.
What about the other one? Do you have any more gum? More gum, more gum.
That is good. And that had a full
What's
song
that one?
and dance. That was from Billy Madison.
Yeah,
as
what's
well.
that one?
That's when they're all dancing in.
Eric is a jerk off or
trying to
something
get him
they
to go
sing?
back to school.
What the fuck is that song?
They're all dancing.
Veronica,
I
thank you for beating the shit out of me. What is that song?
And what does the clown say? He's like, when I fell over, I just broke my leg and got a hemorrhage in my head.
Yeah, they got all the little kids. Can we find the name of that song?
Yeah.
Sandman might be good. That's a good one, Nick. Thanks for the nostalgia. Give me the last point.
Okay, so I got two quick things.
Sure.
One basketball, one non-basketball related, because you're a connoisseur of things of life, weddings, stuff like that. I got a personal one that recently happened.
Okay.
So I wanted your quick take here. So my son got baptized on Saturday, and I fought with my in-laws. What are your thoughts on open bar at a baptism
I thought he was
reception?
gonna say circumcision.
I think beer, wine, and soda should be enough.
Right, but you would still provide beer and wine.
Yeah, beer, wine, and soda. When you go to the restaurant, you get like the per person thing. Beer, wine, and soda should take it. And then you do this. If somebody can't stop and they're like, this is what I want. I drink the vodka. You have a little side bill, but in terms of what you should be included, beer, wine, and soda is perfectly fine. Same for like a 40th birthday party, something like that. Although that's a little
they
bit.
told me not to do it.
Beer, wine, and soda. I think the parents might need one after a baptism. That's what I would say.
For sure.
Well,
not familiar with it, but I think after a long day, you probably need one.
Well, it was funny because it was a bunch of my buddies from college. There was like 30 guys, 28 years old, drank that place dry this weekend.
Yeah.
Anyways, besides the point. One other thing. Talk me out of betting Purdue right now.
I like them. I think Gonzaga's vulnerable. Listen, I like Gonzaga, but Gonzaga's vulnerable. You could have a 12-13 playing them in the Sweet 16. I think it's lining up for Purdue. They're kicking ass, taking names. They're getting stronger. Edie gets to the line. They don't know how to officiate them. I wanted to just go UConn, Houston, Purdue because I've been saying those three all year, but that's not always how it works. But no, I'm not going to talk you out of Purdue. I think they're very, very strong.
All right. I hope to get back in the saddle. Miss you, buddy.
Appreciate it. Thanks
Great
a lot.
work.
So the song was called "I Will Go Back to School" / Billy's Victory Song.
Billy's Victory Song. Okay. That's an all-timer. Yeah. Kid, first time I ever heard that, a kid used to sing it on the bus. That was in like 6th grade. I was in 2nd grade. I had no idea what it was. And then later on watched it. Life changer. Hilarious. I remember showing it to my buddies and then being like, oh, that's what that line is from? Everyone had already heard all the lines.
Veronica,
which can ruin a movie, but that's how it goes. All right, that's a good one today. We got a bracket. I'm sure we're going to take some more and dive into some stuff like that. Do you have a final pitch?
Yes. Is there anything in sports that is as comparable with like fan participation and as exhilarating as the March Madness bracket? Can you think of one? And if not,
Yeah, unfortunately, I think it's the World Cup.
Okay.
I'm not a soccer guy, but I think the World Cup probably makes this look like child's play just from knowing what's going on. You know what I mean? Like everybody is, you go down the shore and like, yeah, we're going here for the soccer game. It's like, even when, the day I choked out Jay, like there was a big crowd for that. Like people are in on the soccer game. It ain't for me, but everybody, there's no denying people make their plans around the World Cup. So World Cup probably top, and that's really it. Like I think it's a community type thing. So like country, college, like getting behind people, like even if you're not from that country, like if U.S. got knocked out, people be like, yeah, I like that guy Neymar or whatever from Brazil or this one, that one. So same with college. Like, yeah, my team's out, but I love this team. I'm betting on this team. I got them in the pool. I got them here. I got them there. Like, so yeah, I think it's got to do something with the community, and there's not much like that with sports. So it's World Cup 1, college basketball 2.
Cool.
So that's where I'm at. All right, that's a good one. Everybody loves Healthy Debate. We will see you
Wednesday. And Wednesday we have a cool little wrinkle. We're going to have we're going to bring
got a judge coming in,
a guest judge for calls. So if you're going to call in, come with something to actually have a pointed debate at Bosco. Disagree with him, because if the judge elects you the winner of the debate, there's going to be a punishment for Bosco.
Yeah.
So come prepared.
Bring it. We'll see you Wednesday.